All right, I'm pretty sure just based on the title of this video alone, some of you are thinking, is he talking about my brand? Well, the question is, am I talking about your brand? Let's discuss next here on Making the Brand. What's up, everybody? Rob Norman here from Planet Brooklyn Academy, and this is Making the Brand, the series where I give you a little insider knowledge on how to start a clothing line, and if you already have one, how to make it better. As always, please hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with everything I drop when it drops. And before we jump into things, if you watch my previous video, you'll know that we are trying to do right now the 100K Gain Challenge. We're trying to get this channel up to 100,000 subscribers. As I said in the video, what I want to do is that if we can get to that point, that'll make this channel profitable, and I will be able to not have to charge for consultations. I will be able to work with individuals such as yourselves who are watching this video and help you guys grow your brand. I want to work with as many independent brands as possible. And this is not some kind of scam or scheme. It's not like I say this and then, I'll work with you for an hour and then after that I charge you. No, I truly like just helping brands build, and that's what I like to do. And I want to be able to do that with you guys. I find a lot of you have great ideas and I can see ways that you guys can better it. I would love to be able to sit there and talk to you about that and help you, mentor you guys with that. So this is why the 100K Gain Challenge came in, is that if we can get to that point, I can just focus on doing those type of things with you guys and a bunch of other things. So to learn more about that, look at the previous video. But again, tell a friend to join this channel so that we can get that to that milestone. And on that note, back to our regular scheduled programming, why your brand sucks. So when I started thinking about creating this video, I started thinking about all the brands that are out there currently. There's thousands and thousands of streetwear brands right now. More brands now than they ever were before social media. And again, because of social media, a lot of people are being influenced by what they're seeing and feel like it's possible to do it. And it is. But a lot of these brands suck. And it's not little brands that are like just beginning. It's some of these brands that are making hundreds of dollars that suck. And I'm gonna tell you why they suck based on a certain matrix, a matrix of things that I looked at, that I really thought about and said, these are the things that I look at scale-wise to determine what makes sense and what doesn't make sense and what sucks and what doesn't suck. So starting with number one, the name of your brand. A lot of companies, and I don't even want to say companies because a lot of them aren't even companies, they're just clothing lines. A lot of them are named after trendy things or trendy words. And that's the worst thing you can do, especially if you're in this to be like a true brand. You really want to become, something in the fashion community for long term. And naming your brand after something that is just catchy at the moment is the worst thing you can do because you're not thinking long term. Now, if you're just in this to make money really quick, then that's fine. But if you are truly a designer and you truly want to make your brand stand out and stay around, give it a name that makes sense. Again, trendy names do not work. They're only good for a certain amount of time. This is why if you look at brands like Forever 21, Banana Republic, Stussy, these brand names have meaning to them and they've stuck around for a long time. And they're things that don't lose value over the years. They're not trendy words. They're names that actually have been created for a purpose. So when you're thinking about what you're creating, you want to think about what it means. Case in point, when I was in college, there was an opportunity to help open a school store. And myself and some of my other friends were thinking of names to name, the store. And at the time, Snoop Dogg was very big and, his whole way of talking and saying things was the trend. So, as for shizzle and stuff like that. So we thought of the idea of just calling the store the Shiznit. We thought it was a great name to call the store the Shiznit because it was the thing. But inevitably, we ended up not being involved with opening the store, and some other people did it, and the name of the store was called The Style Shop. That was the most practical name that store could have been called, because till this day, it's still called The Style Shop, and everybody can relate to that. Anyone in this time period now would probably go, what does shiznit mean? What does it mean? Because it made sense at the time when I was there. Now, it would make no sense. But Style Shop is something that is timeless, something that everybody will recognize, and it doesn't get old. So if you want to have a good brand and you don't want to suck, have a name that makes sense. Be creative with the name, but just don't pick up trendy things that are out right now, things that people are saying, or something that is a catchphrase on TikTok and something you want to put it on a shirt. Again, if you are trying to be in this long term, I wouldn't recommend you doing that. Now, number 2, your actual product. This is another problem that I see across the board within, not even just fashion, music. If someone does something that is really hot, suddenly everybody tries to do the exact same thing. You see it on TikTok, you hear it in music, and you see it in fashion. Suddenly someone creates a shirt, it does big, everybody now wants to put out the same type of shirt with a slight little, switch to it. And that makes your brand suck because, again, you're not being original. Why do you think that brands that you see like Ralph Lauren, Kith, Stussy again, why do you see brands like that have been around for years? They've been around because they're original. Now, there's a difference between copying and following the trends. Now, if you're following the trends, you see what's going on, you know that this right now is what, people are into. And you'll take from that and you'll put your own little spin on it, but you'll come up with your own variant of that. Not just seeing what everybody else is doing and copying it exactly, and you're just a different face on it. You're advertising different. That's not it. You're just basically, just putting out the same thing. It's like a needle in a haystack. There's nothing special about you. So how are you supposed to stand out in a world of brands that everybody's doing the exact same thing? Because what happens is that when everybody's doing this, when that trend dies, everything goes from the top all the way to zero. And where are you going to go from there? Now you're going to try to create something new? You're going to try to find what the next trend is? No, it's a lot of work to do that. If you create a product that is original, but yet kind of follows what's going on in trends, you can carry on for a long time. This is what Stussy did. If you watch one of my previous videos where I talk about how Stussy has never been in the trends, but been basically trend adjacent, they follow the trends, do their own things, but they adapt things from the trends. It may be color, it may be styling, but they do their own thing. That's what you need to do. You need to do your own thing. You can still be on trend with what's going on, but not copying what everybody else does. When you copy what everybody else does, you just look like a copycat. And why am I going to invest in your brand? Because you know what? You're just selling it cheaper, and you're not going to be around for a long time. So that's another reason why I feel like you got to have original product. Don't copy. Don't look at other people and try to do what they do. This is why when you look at what Kith, ALD, what they're all doing, why is it that they're separated from every one of the other brands you see on social media? Why are they the ones always blowing up? Why are they setting the trends? Because they're not looking at what everybody else is doing on TikTok and then say, oh, we got to do that. You're either going to lead or you're going to follow. Which one do you want to be with your brand? So if you want to have a brand that doesn't suck, try to lead, don't follow. Which leads me to my third and last point. It's your brand concept. What is your concept? What is your individual identity for your brand? A lot of these lines, again, they're not really brands, they're just lines, because most of these people putting out clothing are just putting out t-shirts or jackets, but there's no rhyme or reason to it. They're just doing whatever's happening right now, or that everybody seems to like this jacket, so we're just gonna make a bunch of jackets like that. But what's the story behind your brand? Every good brand has a story. We live in an age with social media where everybody's trying to connect to somebody on some kind of level, whether it's personal, whether it's, ideology. What is it that we can connect to? Brands that you like, and think about brands that you like, that you really support, that that've been around a long time. What is it about that brand that you like so much? There's something that you have a common bond with them on. And that's the connection you have. And that's what your idea, that is what your whole brand is built on. So you need to build your brand on something. Just being a name and just saying, okay, my name is X, and I'm just gonna put on all my clothes X, and everything's gonna be XXX. All right, what is your brand about? Give me a story. You could be about getting the bag, and you could be all like that. If you're saying, I'm going to be about getting the bag and getting jewelry and, and flashy cars, but say I'm in Miami, that is your story. I'm talking about being in Miami, being flashy, the nightlife in Miami. That is a whole concept you can build a story around, because now I can get with that. I can say, yo, that's a Miami thing. When I'm in Miami, I want to get that shirt so people know I've been down in Miami. But if I'm just talking about, getting the bag, securing the bag and doing that, and I'm not talking about where I'm from. You could be from California, you could be from New York. I don't know where your brand is from. Give me something to latch onto. So have a story. Just don't be pumping out product and just saying like, yeah, we about this, but your brand has nothing to do with that. Make sure your brand is tied into the product you're putting out. Don't just be putting out product and then your brand is about something totally different. They have to be in sync with each other. So even if you're doing something that's totally trendy, still your identity should be somewhat in that product. So think about those things when you guys are creating your brands to keep from sucking. So those are my 3 reasons why I said your brand sucks, your streetwear brand sucks, because if you're doing one of those 3 things or all 3 of those things, you need to rethink your game plan. You need to go back and say, if you're really trying to be in this long term, look, all right, I need to change these things. Again, if you're not trying to be in this long term, you're just trying to make quick money, hey, more power to you. You're gonna make that money. But a lot of these brands that are trying to make quick money, they're in the game about 3 to 5 years. Their brands never last longer than that. And because of social media and the way trends happen so fast now, they're in it even less. So if you really want to be in this long term, you want to be in this 8, 10 years and beyond, take what I say seriously and really evaluate your brands and think about your name, think about your product, and think about what your identity is. And you should be good. All right, so that's it for this episode. Again, I appreciate all your feedback and all the stuff that you guys tell me, like just giving me ideas. So it helps me for upcoming content, so I appreciate that. Any other ideas or thoughts you have, leave them in the comment section below. And again, remember, we are on our 100K game. So make sure you get a friend to sign up. Keep pumping this out about our channel so that we can get it up so I can, again, help you guys with your brands. All right? So until the next time, I catch you guys later. Peace.